This news program is proudly brought to you by
Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits
and Now Biscuits.
NCD Governor Powes Pakop is recovering in Gold Coast Hospital. A look at Christmas around the country. And good news for kidney patients. Good evening and happy Boxing Day, Papua New Guinea. This is National EMTV News. I'm Godwin Eki. Thank you for joining us. While Papua New Guineans celebrated Christmas Day, concerns have been raised among the general public and through social media about the health of NCD Governor Powes Pakop, if he is alive and well. Deputy Governor for NCD and Chairman of the Motu Koita Assembly, Dadi Toka Jr., has confirmed NCD Governor Powes Pakop is in a stable condition and recovering. The governor's health issue resulted from complications arising from a cardiac procedure performed recently that led to internal bleeding and hospitalization.
The NCD governor's health has sparked concerns among the general public and throughout social media. While the immediate family released a statement over the weekend that Governor Pakop had been medevaced and is in stable conditions, the rumours and concerns continue to be raised if he is alive and well. Today, the Deputy Governor for NCD, Dadi Toka Jr., released a one-page statement reassuring the people of PNG that the governor is stable and recovering well. Mr. Toka said, and I quote, "We have medevaced him to Australia as per medical advice from the hospital team and in consultation with the Pakop family. The medical services required to stabilise his conditions, which are not available in country, and he requires a specialised facility to recover from further medical risks." End quote. Toka went on to say that he is receiving medical updates from the caregivers at the Gold Coast University Hospital, and NCDC is grateful and appreciative of the medical teams, both from the Port Moresby General Hospital and the Pacific International Hospital, including the Medical Rescue International Medivac team, for providing intensive care to Governor Pakop. Deputy Governor Toka concluded by thanking all residents of Port Moresby and the country for holding the governor in their prayers. Rocky Iso, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the NCD Governors Cup Committee coaching staff and the NCD Rugby League fraternity have sent their well wishes to NCD Governor Powes Pakop.
The nation's capital is in a somber mood this Christmas as concerns over the health of the governor continue to increase on a daily basis. This has been the same for a rugby league tournament Governor Powes Pakop has supported for over 14 years that bears his title, the NCD Governors Cup. Newly appointed Director Dago Rarua, following his inaugural speech during the official launching of the Cup, extended his get well soon messages.
I know Governor is a conqueror, he's a victor, and he will overcome any situation. And I pray for his victory in the current situation that he's facing. May God bless.
Representing all 48 participating clubs for the 2022 NCD Governors Cup tournament was NAB's Paul Mengiles team manager and head coach Terence Kapipi, who wished the governor well wishes and a speedy recovery.
On behalf of my team and on behalf of the Port Moresby Mengiles and other Governors Cup teams who may not have this opportunity, we want to wish a speedy recovery to our patron, the Governor for NCD, Honorable Powes Pakop, in this time of great pain for his family. We want to tell him that the players of the Port Moresby Governors Cup, we are with him in this time. So thank you. Get well soon.
Hohola of season tournament president Kambi Ingiman also shared the same sentiment.
Surrounding area here in what 7 years. Now big blow one governor big recovery blender. May God start one member recovery blender help him.
Meanwhile, despite the governor's health issues, the NCD Governors Cup is set for kickoff at Connie Tigers Rugby Oval tomorrow, the 27th of December 2022. Lisa Puni, National EMTV News.
Most provinces throughout the country had a quiet Christmas as no major incidents were reported overnight. This include police commands in various centers of the country reported trouble-free Christmas.
Christmas, as in previous years, was celebrated with big gatherings and usually ended up in casualties and trouble. For police this year, it was rather different as some parts of the country celebrated peacefully with no major incidents or casualties reported. In a telephone interview with EMTV News today, the Provincial Police Commander of the Eastern Highlands Province, Superintendent Michael Welly, said Goroka Town and surrounding villages were calm all throughout Christmas Day yesterday.
So far, so good, Goroka. We had a good Christmas. Not with the heavy with the pining so far. I mean, I take more people to Goroka and Eastern Highlands to the home. Yeah, manpower, normal strength. About 300 people are staff yet, and we are continuing maintaining on the but by small mobile media, all staff low, all mine site low, look at them all locations low, but otherwise all local police ground with staff non located staff.
PPC Welly, however, stressed the need for more awareness in sorcery-related killings that have been prevalent in the province.
We got large problem alongside long sorcery. We are in plan to will come up because all the suspecting sorcery will come up. We appeal on people that we kind of something else come up. Mas, they come up, bukla long karikam long house na kisim medical check-up na confirming whether midalo natural cause or midalo on a more large plastic suspecting long.
Meanwhile, the small township of Popondetta in the Northern Province also reported a quiet Christmas. This was alluded to by the man in charge of policing in the province, Chief Inspector Ewai Segi.
The province celebrated Christmas peacefully. Orobe used to be one of the volatile places for police, but as I got a report 9 in the morning, there was no such thing. It was so smooth and peaceful.
PPC Segi further mentioned that a unit from NCD Command will be sent over to the province to complement the manpower moving into the new year period. Other provinces, including Western Highlands and the nation's capital, have also reported a quiet and peaceful Christmas. Police festive operations will continue into the new year. Lindy Suharupa, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Christmas turned sour on Daru Island with at least 20 youths sustaining injuries to their faces, head, legs and abdomen during yesterday's Christmas celebrations on Daru Island, South Fly district of the Western Province yesterday. Daru town was in total chaos when youths from two settlements, Sepe and Madame, under the influence of alcohol and homebrew went out to an all-out brawl between the groups. It is alleged that firecrackers were used by the drunken youths, which led to severe injuries. All victims were rushed to Daru General Hospital for urgent medical treatment. Police in Daru have contained the situation and are calling on all residents to maintain peace during this festive season. Daru police are yet to establish the cause of the fight, and mediation talks is expected to commence at Daru Police Station tonight. Meanwhile, a trouble-free Christmas Day celebrations were observed in other 3 districts within the province. It is common in most villages of Central Province during big gatherings and celebrations to come together and sing and dance. For the Central Province, this culture is called the Peraveta. A community leader in Tubuseria village says this Peraveta culture is slowly dying away in most villages in the province and is a bid to keep Peraveta alive. Peraveta songs are incorporated into celebrating Christmas.
This is Tubuseria village located in the new Hiri Koyari district of Central Province. It is just 35 minutes drive away from the nation's capital. Today, locals in the village gathered to commemorate Christmas with their usual Peraveta and dancing celebrations. Today's Christmas celebration in the village were all about the elders. The young folks were assigned to prepare the Christmas meal for them, while the elders enjoyed their paravata and dancing. A young leader, Michael Rao, explained that instead of going into their clans and celebrating, this Christmas they changed it by going into two groups for the young and the old generations.
Young youths and new generation, upcoming leaders, we decided to do it a different way. So actually we are doing the celebration like we will be helping our elders, our mothers and parents and everyone. We do the entertainment, and they are like we do the feeding and activities, entertainments while they are enjoying the day.
As the elders danced and sang, they are worried that this culture will die away one day if the future generations stop practicing it. Chairman for Varure Naka, a small section in the main Tubuseria village, Tai Logana, says they're doing paravata to encourage their young ones to keep the tradition.
Because paravata it's our culture, and it's almost running out of our culture now. The young youths, they don't know what paravata is. They even cannot sing paravata. That's why we got together, and then we wanted to bring paravata back. So that's why this event is going on.
Caught in a contemporary world, Tubuseria village is still vying for the paravata traditions to be taught amongst the youths of the village. Cynthia Maku, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. During this Christmas, Port Moresby residents had an opportunity to wish Papua New Guineans around the country a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2023.
Me Salem Ligli Christmas greetings from Miguel Olga Taman Merilo Papua New Guinea na inside lo NCDC too.
Tingim safety play na you must stop straight laus play you and same Christmas play na near you.
New player by come close to, so me planet lo come together as family, got him passing the one bell. Now move forward lo 2023.
It's better you go back to your family, your loved ones, sit together and enjoy the festive season.
Big Christmas program local community now surrounding area inside the NCDC na.
People around the country, please. People stop good na. People treat them like when we celebrate this like Christmas on them peace. No one drink beer or no one involved in any other activities. Amba carry go travel lo. Amba puti konselo dinsa na baksim problem konselo community blimi.
And good news for kidney patients, as the board chairman for the West New Britain Provincial Health Authority and board member for the National Health Board, Dr. Sir Matthias Sapuri, announced that Papua New Guinea will soon have its own transplant facility at the Port Moresby General Hospital once the relevant law is passed in Parliament next year. The statement was made following the recent partnership signing between the PNG Kidney Foundation and the Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited last week.
Upon the signing of the charity partnership between the PNG Kidney Foundation and the Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited, positive plans have been tabled. PNG Kidney Foundation will establish a kidney facilitation center from the kind donation of 3 million kina from the Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited. Present during the signing ceremony was Dr. Matthias Sapuri. Dr. Sapuri had the opportunity to announce that with the main agenda of the government to enact a law on organ transplant in the country, speaking particular on kidney transplant, Sapuri said hopefully the law goes into Parliament and is passed.
And once it becomes a law, then PNG can start doing transplant. So not only in the kidney, but many other organs that require transplant.
He said Port Moresby General Hospital is designated to be the kidney transplant center in the future.
I would see that within the next 3 to 4 years, we should have a renal transplant facility at Port Moresby General Hospital. And that's the agenda of our government and agenda of the National Department of Health.
As a board member of the National Health Board, he announced that from the National Health Plan, once the law is passed, progress in development of a renowned transplant facility will be in Port Moresby General Hospital.
So what Kidney Foundation is doing is the precursor to the transplant center. So the work that the foundation do is very essential. It keeps patients ready for the next phase, which is eventually having a transplant to be done in Papua New Guinea. And as Sam Martin has stated, if we open it up, we become the hub in the whole Pacific. So people will come from the Pacific for dialysis and eventually to have a transplant in this country.
Grace Papiali, National EMTV News.
The capital markets of Papua New Guinea, along with its regulator, the Securities Commission of PNG, will see major reforms in the new year and following months in a bid to modernize the capital market and improve governance in the industry. This was made known by Richard Maru, who is the minister responsible for the capital market of PNG, along with its regulator, Security Commission.
In PNG, the most common capital markets are the stock market and the bond market. Presently, the PNG capital market comprises of the primary market and the secondary market. The primary market is where new securities are issued and sold, and the secondary market where already issued securities are traded between investors. Since taking up office, the Minister for International Trade and Relations, Richard Maru, is pushing for major reforms over the next few months, which are critical to the Marape Rossa government as it sets out to grow the capital market of PNG as a key vehicle to domestic capital for critical investments in helping grow the economy of the country.
We are responsible now to market the country and look for investors from all across the world, across all sectors and subsectors. And our job, the ministry, is to market this country and bring in investment. If you look at the last 3 years, the only investments that come into the country is in the mining and petroleum space. PNG is not a country that is attracting investors. Prime Minister has not made a mistake in creating this department. This country needs serious investment. We need to grow the private sector so we can create jobs, create wealth for our citizens. And without investment, it ain't going to happen.
The reforms will be broad and work has already started.
The capital market in this country has not grown. In fact, it's regressed. Companies who have been listing in pop stocks have also delisted big time. The industry is not growing and we need to turn it around. And importantly, mobilize local capital so that rather than looking all the time for foreign investment dollars, we must encourage people to save and generate capital within the country so we can fund a lot of the investment projects that we are looking at.
The Security Commission Act is being reviewed with major changes to include the complete separation of board and management of the Commission, where there will no longer be an executive chairman with the functions and powers to be defined clearly by the amended legislation in 2023.
This is the first time we will have a board of the Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea. It will no longer be a one-man operation and one-man chairman, executive chairman. So there's no difference between the board and management. So we've advertised globally to bring in a new board of no less than 5 commissioners who are going to will form the board of the Securities Commission, and under that arrangement, the board will be separate from the management. And we are now going to bring in amendments to the Securities Commission Act by January, in the January sitting, so that the executive chairman's role will be done away with.
According to Mr. Maru, the reforms are anticipated to make sure the PNG capital market is robust, agile and risk-free, able to secure and maintain investor confidence for capital formation. Rocky Iso, National EMTV News.
BSP Life Office in Mount Hagen has provided doorstep service to police personnel at Mount Hagen Police Station who wanted insurance cover. BSP Life PNG Limited is a member of BSP Group delivering insurance cover for clients under the brand name One Talk Delight.
Since opening the doors of its Mount Hagen sales office in September of this year to expand its services outside of Port Moresby, the One Talk Delight product has proven popular. In an interview with Betty Y of BSP Life Mount Hagen sales unit and a team at a police station recently, the sales officer spoke of the services.
It's a new product in the market where BSP just recently introduced to Papua New Guineans, especially on salary earners and SME owners.
Ms. Y said some of the benefits include free interim health cover, survival benefit, death benefit, bereavement support. BSP Life is located at Hagen Plaza upstairs and was opened by outgoing BSP CEO Robin Fleming.
They see the importance of savings and then also for future benefits, like it's also included in death benefit, survival benefit, and also the loan benefit.
Clients in Mount Hagen can always check with the BSP Life sales team for further inquiries into the product. Cynthia Maku, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. As faithful churchgoers around the country participated in their fellowship programs today, Christians in Western Province gathered at their respective church areas and had their church services. Sunday churchgoers in Daru, Balimo, Lake Murray, Kiunga, Ningrum, Tabubil, including churches in other rural areas within the province, have had their church leaders called for peace and unity this festive period going forward. One such church is the Evangelical Church of PNG, or ECPNG, in Kiunga, where its church members were encouraged to continue with outreach programs that will lead others to know Christ. Church members of other denominations are also continuing their Christmas fellowship programs. Meanwhile, it was relatively peaceful celebrations this Christmas in Western Province despite the fight in Daru. The festive mood continues into Boxing Day today as families, friends and communities all gathered to commemorate the festive season in one way or another. In Tubuseria village, youths have mobilized and are organizing fun activities and enforcing a nightly curfew in the village during this festive period.
This is the Tubuseria village, 15 minutes drive outside of Port Moresby, located in the Central Province along the Magi Highway. Like all local villages that envelopes NCD, Christmas is a time for celebration, and this was no exception here. But this Christmas was different from the coastal village. According to the village chairman, Tai Logona, for this Christmas it was different. Youths in the village were heavily involved in planning activities for everyone to participate in this festive period. Chairman Logona proudly cited that youths even took the initiative to enforce nightly curfews throughout the village.
Tubuseria, we have a curfew team, which we are part of the group, and then the guys are involved in curfew also, which we are organizing, which we have organized, and we are going through it. And the boys, I rather say they are cooperating. They're cooperating, yes.
Chairman Logona explained that through the youth's initiative, a lot of them have changed their bad behaviors and are now actively participating in community programs. One such example is the organizing of Christmas gathering for the elderly in the village today. Tubuseria village has witnessed a peaceful and enjoyable Christmas, and everyone there are looking forward to the New Year festivities, which again the youths are expected to organize. Lindy Suharupa, National EMTV News.
And moving to overseas news now, northern New South Wales was hit with catastrophic flooding earlier this year. Tens of thousands of people left without any way to communicate. Now many communities are going back to basics and building their own networks to stay connected.
Living in a community where three creeks converge,
Channon Base.
Communications are a vital lifeline.
This is Channon Base, hear you loud and clear.
When the February flood struck, residents of the Channon were trapped without food, medication or any way to call for help. It was a similar predicament for communities across the Northern Rivers.
Without a means of communicating during disasters, you're up against it, really.
This is where we are here.
Martha Jane Beasley's spare room has become the community's radio network hub.
A central place where we can log calls, who's okay, who's not, who needs help.
There are about 70 residents with CB radios who can tune in to the Channon's base station. It can then send and receive information further afield through a more powerful radio, booster or satellite. Radio expert John Miller is helping about 20 communities set up their own networks. He says modern telecommunications infrastructure is vulnerable in floods.
Get swept away or broken or flooded, so we had to come up with a thing where the infrastructure is basically in your hand.
Rappville, a community hit hard by fires and floods, has been quick to embrace the idea.
A lot more reassuring that we'll be able to actually communicate out, get some assistance, because the radios can also repeat all the way into casino.
Several natural disaster inquiries have already recommended better communications. Now the consumer watchdog, the ACCC, is considering the feasibility of network sharing during disasters so devices would stay connected even if one network goes down.
Over and clear.
Looking to analogue solutions in a digital world.
At least 35 people have been killed in storms across North America. The severe weather has caused travel disruptions and power outages.
This Christmas season should have reunited families. But even this snowplow isn't going anywhere.
Anything can happen at any moment, and you got to be on your toes.
The Arctic freeze is hitting eastern parts of North America, from Canada to as far south as Texas. The freezing conditions are being caused by a bomb cyclone, bringing heavy snow and winds.
We are in a war. This is a war with Mother Nature. This will go down in history as the most devastating storm in Buffalo's history.
The city of Buffalo in New York State has been hit hardest, with a driving ban in place.
We know there are people who've been stuck in cars for more than 2 days, and there are people in homes that are below freezing now temperatures.
Homes across the US and in parts of Canada are without power, as residents struggle to stay warm.
I'm really glad that I have a fireplace, because otherwise I'd be freezing right now.
Temperatures of minus 50 degrees Celsius have been recorded, and close to 60% of the American population is under some sort of weather warning. Forecasters say the storm is expected to ease in the coming days, but the freezing temperatures are likely to remain.
National MTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The Hohola off-season has commenced its finals playoff as of this weekend. Tournament President Kambi Ingiman told Trukai Sports that the games are flowing smoothly throughout the festive season.
Throughout the long Christmas weekend, the Hohola Suburban Off-Season Tournament commenced its finals playoff. The men's division are into their first week of finals competition, while the women are into their second. Tournament President Kambi Ingiman gave a highlight of the tournament thus far.
Performance of the team all comes strong. Now we are going to the final round now. All the team all prepare good, all comes strong, all play now, all play good here. Boroko Bulldogs, Pule, na Texas Melona, Pool B. Top team or lead him. A grade division.
Ingiman further added that the tournament will take the New Year weekend off and resume competition next year for both divisions. Lisa Puni, Trukai Sports.
The Hohola Suburban Off-Season Rugby League competition held its Round 8 competition over the Christmas weekend at the Hohola Ipi Park. The Women's Division Proper Season Tournament is into its week 2 of competition after completing its pre-season playoff a week ago. One team performing well in the Hohola Suburban Off-Season League is the Raintree Pirates, who are putting up great performances in the Women's Division since the commencement of the competition and are aiming to book a top spot in the competition.
This is Hohola Ipi Park. During the Rugby League off-season, players old and young, male and female, aim to keep fit by playing in this competition. One team in the women's division is the Raintree Pirates, who are captained by a vibrant team leader, Doreen William. Under her leadership on field, the team have claimed 4 straight wins in their preseason competitions.
Doreen William, this time off-season local girls play lane but take part. We play the PR round season, we finish, we come recruiting all new girls, young girls. For me, one team now going to now we play lo pre-season. We play last 4 weeks. I'm going to finish pre-season. Now we play going to the proper season. We play now. We play make a straight win come. Okay. Now last week we play draw. I'm round 1. We play nil. So now we play go make a second round. We play round 2. We play. Name the team. We play Raintree Pirates. All are Raintree Pirates. We play make a straight win come. Okay. Now last week we play draw. I'm round 1, we play nil. So now we play go make a second round. We play round 2. We play.
In their most recent match last weekend, the Raintree Pirates drew against their opponents and are seeking to do better going forward. The Pirates comprises of young women rugby players who have participated in the Port Moresby Rugby League competition. Captain Doreen says the team is aiming to do well in Hohola Suburban Off-Season competition this year. Lisa Puni, Chukai Sports.
Chukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
You're watching Chukai Sports. Moving overseas now, and Australia has made a strong statement on day 1 of the Boxing Day test, bowling out South Africa for 189 in the first innings.
Again, edge, there it is! Cue the MCG crowd! Scotty's got the first!
Hometown hero Scott Boland took the first wicket in stunning fashion before a fielding masterclass from Marnus Labuschagne had the Proteas 5 wickets down just after lunch. But the visitors fought back, with Carl Vereen and Marco Jensen both making half-centuries in a strong fight back. All-rounder Cameron Green was the difference for the home side, finding the edges of both the South African belligerents and putting Australia right back in the box seat. Nathan Lyon pitched in with a wicket, but Green was the star, grabbing his first wicket haul in only his second Boxing Day test. So Australia are now into bat, no wickets down for 10 runs, approaching the end of the day's play.
That ends Chukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports. Chukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
Weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby, overnight rain showers and thunderstorm, then cloudy. Daru, overnight rain showers and thunderstorm. Kerema, cloudy periods with morning rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Alatau, cloudy periods with morning rain showers and thunderstorm. Popondetta, cloudy periods with morning rain showers and thunderstorm. In the Mumase region, Ley, cloudy periods with some overnight rain and possible thunderstorm. Madang, cloudy with some overnight rain showers and thunderstorm. Wiwe, cloudy periods with morning rain periods. Banimo, cloudy with some morning rain drizzle. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, brief overnight showers and partly cloudy. Kavieng, partly cloudy with possible showers. Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy periods with brief showers. Kimbe, overnight rain showers and thunderstorm, then cloudy. Buka, partly cloudy with morning brief showers. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, overnight rain showers and thunderstorm, then morning fog. Goroka and Kundiawa, overnight rain showers and thunderstorm, then morning fog. Mendi and Wabeg, overnight rain showers and thunderstorm, then morning fog. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border through Torres Strait to Daru to Kerema to Yule Island to Hood Point. Seas 2 to 3 meters. Waters of Hood Point to Samurai Island to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands to Cape Vogel, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Ewan Gulf to Finschhafen, seas 2 to 3.5 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through Whittier Straits to CRC and Long Island, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Banimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of New Ireland to East New Britain and Bougainville, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of West New Britain, seas 2 to 3.5 meters. Ocean forecast: Coral Sea, seas moderate to rather rough, northwest winds of 20 to 30 knots. Solomon Sea, seas moderate to rough, northwest to northerly winds of 20 to 33 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas light to moderate, northwest to northeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas light to moderate, northeast winds of 10 to 20 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Monday, the 26th of December 2022. From the entire news team, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.